Hey man, you done with the script?
Missouri. First the Nicola Wave of Sarah and Mihlo, what the well and I and if says just yeah.
Alright, sweet, thanks. And where's Steve?
Nemeseps and we hear like history of any off at anyone nation not oil nurse the beats.
Alright, good luck with that, and I'll get this video done.
With the whips and the fall beam, Snell Sky.
May Baphomet be with you too. Now, I've mentioned Rich Piana a few times before, and although obviously he isn't vegan, I have really appreciated his openness and honesty, even though I don't agree with everything he says, and I don't agree with his overall lifestyle. But lately, he has said some really, really stupid shit, and I was reluctant to do this, but someone has to call him out on his bullshit.
Do steroids make your balls shrink? Yes, they do. The higher your balls are, the bigger your fucking dick looks.
Now, when I first saw this, it painted a pretty clear picture of why Rich Piana does what he does, why he got into bodybuilding, why he started taking steroids, why he wants to be so huge, and it all seems tied to insecurities that he has and what he thinks he should be as a man. And Rich Piana has talked about these insecurities that developed in early childhood with He-Man dolls.
You know, I constantly wanted to be bigger my whole life. You know, it started with the He-Man dolls when I was 6 years old.
Any point in time right now where you look at yourself at this size, and you look in the mirror, you're like, fuck, I need to gain 10 more pounds, 20 more pounds.
Yeah, it's you always feel that way. I think it's in us. You know, it's I don't want to say it's a disease, but it's an addiction.
So Rich Piana, along with a lot of us guys, have had these super huge, strong superheroes that we looked up to in our childhood, and even to this day we try and emulate. And for a lot of us, they did alter our perception of masculinity, and it seems that Rich Piana doesn't see himself as adequate as a man, and the penis is the center of our masculinity, and it seems that Rich Piana is insecure about that, and he tried to pass it off as a joke, and I would have thought that was harmless enough, but then he said this.
Steroids will make your dick bigger.
So yeah, he's so insecure about his appearance and masculinity that he's willing to increase his risk of chronic disease and shorten his life by taking anabolic steroids. And for someone who claims to be so real and so honest and open, he really doesn't care about what's real. He said himself, shrunken balls from steroid use makes your dick look bigger. He's really only interested in appearance, not reality, and that's why he's not only willing to inject artificial hormones into himself, but he's also injected shit like synthol into his arms to make his arms look bigger. Again, he's not really interested in real muscle, it just has to look like muscle. It's all appearance, and yeah, he might be able to lift a lot of weight because of his years of lifting and steroid use, but all of this shit he's doing is just feeding his insecurities, and he's really not growing and becoming stronger as a person. This whole steroid thing, injecting synthol, and trying to look as big as you possibly can is really no different than when guys stuff their pants. And, you know, it might get you some attention, and it might appeal to your ego for a little while, but if you follow Rich Piana's example, in the long run, you're going to end up paying for it.
Hey, last night I servo the lamp and sell that. Of Nicole Nippy when himself and laugh, yeah. Save them, name it, save them. Save the nurse, their little mess look off for a hairy group, snell escape. About money is you know group of that old mastery. Old mastery, head fix it one. No, about money. Snow, that's a bar. Money is you email, snow. Old mastery, head fix it. No, mean it as a interview feed. Sweet no more, music off foot up. Snow, worth enough for the bevain, else is national sneak up. And I had long episode about like stimate. Nah, it went such a cough. His sweet work, money is we nanny off. Say ya. Huh? Sabes niner stupid making about money.
Now, taking steroids might not get you raped by aliens, but they do increase blood pressure and cholesterol levels, and combined with a high saturated fat and cholesterol diet, they definitely can accelerate the buildup of atherosclerotic plaque. When your arteries get clogged, it doesn't just affect your heart, it affects blood flow to all areas of your body, including your penis, and one of the first signs of heart disease is erectile dysfunction. And a real way to treat erectile dysfunction and prevent and reverse heart disease is with a whole foods, low-fat, plant-based diet. Steroids will only make things worse.
Why does my ass hurt?
Maybe that's because you're a faggot, Billy.
That is the most effective way to reduce your cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, and open up your arteries. And yes, plant-based diets can increase the size of your erections, and you can either get bigger erections the rich Piana way, the fake, dangerous way using drugs, which only makes things worse, or you could follow a plant-based diet, which will actually help you out in the long run. And you know, there's this huge misconception that, oh, if you go vegan, you're a gay sissy. Well, I think going vegan shows how much of a man you really are. I think fighting against injustice, fighting for those who cannot defend themselves, and standing up for a cause that you believe in is a lot more masculine than just acting like an apathetic idiot like everyone else and doing harmful things to your body just because you're worried about what other people think of you. And this video wasn't about hating on Rich Piana. I just want to show you a much more healthier, ethical way of living that won't feed upon your insecurities. So if you want to see yourself as more masculine and you want to get stronger not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally as a person and crush your insecurities, then make some vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.